Hey guys, I'm back with a bit of a late video, and I don't know if you could tell, but I think I have a cold. But today we're doing this Porsche 959, which I didn't know what it was. It was just sitting in my bucket of cars, and I was thinking nothing of it until I picked it out one day, and I was like, wow, look at this. It's a Porsche 959. It doesn't say it or anything on the base, which is why I think the main reason why I thought it was some kind of fantasy car, because it could look like a fantasy car when you think about it. But I thought the plastic's pretty ugly on the top. They didn't do a very good job on the graphics, and I thought, why not do this as a quick, easy one? Now, I've already tried to paint this because I have some plastic paint, and I did that off camera because I thought, oh, we could just get this done quickly and I don't have to make a video or anything. But as you can see, I was a little bit happy that it turned out badly because now I have some video content. I don't know why, but the plastic paint didn't really bond that well. Like, it kind of dripped. I think because the body was way too smooth, and you can't strip these plastic bodies. Don't try that, any beginners, because you'll end up with a real big mess of plastic. It won't be pretty. It won't look good either. Luckily, I didn't do that because I've done it before, not on a car, but on the interior piece. Now we're just going to take it apart. And it has your four main components, and I did cut out the wings since it had a little thing on it. I cut it out with the knife, and now we're just gonna grab, well, like an X-Acto. Now we're just gonna grab one of these small files, and we're gonna file it out because for some reason I painted without filing it, which is a little bit of a stupid thing by me because it would have looked really trash. And I mean, it still does look kind of trashy, but it looks better than it did now that we cleaned up the spoiler area. So I'm just doing that now, and you could see on that front part, it was like they tried to block out the spoiler, probably for cost cutting, but luckily only the front had the plastic. It wasn't full of plastic in there. And it's pretty soft plastic, so it was pretty easy to cut through. If it was metal, I probably wouldn't have cut it at all. But I guess that's just another bonus of plastic cars. Not that I exactly like plastic cars. And here, just to rough up the surface so I can repaint it, I'm using some decently fine sandpaper, enough to, number one, get off the paint, and number two, give it a rough surface to it so that the paint can actually bond. And I've sped this up, and then as you can see, it looks a lot better. Now I was having some issues with which way to hold my sandpaper. As you can tell, I'm like sick and coughing and everything. But it looks pretty good in the end. Well, you'll see. Now, as of here, I've sanded most of the car, and it's pretty much ready for paint. I'm doing this outside, and we're using this Krylon Fusion paint that bonds to plastic, as it says, and I did a few coats of it. It says to shake for like a few minutes and whatever. And this first coat I did pretty lightly because it's a bonding coat mainly for it all. And I'm just shaking the can up now. It may look like both my hands are moving because they kind of do. Bad fine motor skills by me. So yeah, it's also when I color and stuff, my other hand moves. Everything's wrong with my hands, just kidding. So here we're just going on with some light coats, like 2 or 3 passovers. Kind of comes out light. There's a little bit of a breeze today, or the day that I was filming this. But I think in the end it was all worth it. Now I'm just using some cardboard because, you know, I'm on kind of a driveway area. Make sure not to do anything near any of your real cars because, not that I've done it, but I assume it would be very bad. Now here I'm just finishing up the first coat with the final sides and the roof. And then here's some recording of a few different coats that I've sped up to 4 times speed because there are a lot of them, as you'll see here. Now here are the wheels I chose out of my big wheel pile. They're Matchbox wheels, but they look Porsche-like and kind of a Porsche wheel in general. Alright, now we're going to cut a new axle tube. They're going to be real short just to fit on either side of that little clip in the center for the wheels. Now, you should be wearing something over your eyes and cutting, and I can already see that this wheel will most likely break, so that's what you got to be careful of. I think that cut, except for, did we lose that piece of metal already? I think we might have. Don't forget to unplug your Dremel when doing stuff so it doesn't turn on and shred your hand alive like in Maximum Overdrive. Not that there was a Dremel in there. Come on, camera. Hold on. There we go. Our little axle tube. Be glued in right about, let's see, oh, never mind. Glued in right about there, not like that, but now I gotta cut 3 others about the same length. Now you have to be very careful right after you've cut
because the pipe is can still be really hot. Now let's see if this wheel breaks on our last piece to cut out. I would say the fastest and easiest way to cut these tubes without crimping it or anything, or without smushing it or anything, would be to use your Dremel. Now I'm going to grab a pair of kind of cutter things. Ooh, that's way out of focus. There we go. And we're going to cut this axle. Come on, tube. Good. Save the wheel. Although our tube did fall. Now I gotta find a way to push this all the way through. I wish my camera had autofocus. That would be much nicer. We shall grab this random toothpick here. Push it through. And instead of gluing this, which could lead to your wheels not spinning. I mean, if you're careful, it won't, but I'm not going to risk that. I'm going to grab a pair of crimpers. Actually, yeah, we'll try. Grab these. Oops. That's not what was meant to happen. Now, was it? Our axle tube's still in there, though. There we go. Let's try that again. Crimp it. There we go. Now you can see it's a little flat, but doesn't come off, and the wheel still spins. Now I can go ahead, do this to the rest of the axles off camera, and then I'm going to hot glue these onto the base. Alright, now that my hot glue gun has warmed up, we can glue in these axle tubes. Just going to put some glue in there. And press it in. Hopefully. Oh, hold on. I don't think my gun's hot enough. We will try this again. There we go. That seems like that might work better. Gotta be much quicker. Oh yeah, there we go. Alright, let's see. Oops. Oh. surprised that my video is still recording through that. But then again, maybe it wasn't. There we go. Alright, my camera cut out a little bit, but now we're going to glue up over the top of the axle just a little bit, and then I'm going to do that to the other 3 axles. And the hot glue works better because, number one, you peel it up easy, and also it's easier to position your wheels with it since it has a longer kind of drawing rate, but it's still pretty short, but it's easier to form and stuff. Make sure that that's all pressed down with this random toothpick I found. Interior. Ooh, what was that? There we go. Works out pretty good. Now, to do this to all the other axles. Alright, so now I've got these all in, and since these are kind of Hot Wheels type axles on Matchbox wheels, they're kind of wobbly, but it's not gonna be a roller by any means. I do notice now that this wheel's out a little bit. They'll never know. Especially if I put it on my shelf on the other side. Now, we're just going to do one of the last things left, which is the interior detail. Now I'm gonna leave this, well, yeah, I think I am gonna leave this white. Leaves any less of a hassle, but we're just gonna do these little things like the steering wheel. Very fine. And I don't have to look through a camera like most people do, because I'm using a phone and it's small, but it's not great for recording. It doesn't have the greatest amount of space for me to really record videos on. We're just gonna do this whole thing because I don't really care that much about the detail. Be mad at me. Oh god, it's getting everywhere now. Quickly now. Yeah. The thing about these Sharpies is they got kind of a wide tip that can get on everything surrounding it. There we go, steering wheel. Now onto the center console. I think that's a handbrake. Whatever this thing is, something on part of the center console. Ooh, I made a mess out of this interior. There we go. Actually, just to make life better, I'm going to do 2 things. dash and the rear carpeted area, like on the top of the carpet. So first, you just get that all good looking. Do this side too. If anyone else who's doing these videos is watching, I would love to do a build off. That's what a lot of these other guys are doing. Well, they're pretty high up along the line, but these kind of more popular YouTubers, if anyone wants to do a build off, I'd be open. Figure something out. Maybe do a rally car build off, because I've been wanting to build a rally car. That would be fun. But yeah, hit me up if you're interested in doing a build off. Because I'm just starting, but I do know what I'm doing. May not look like it right here, but your own opinion though. Now we're gonna go in with this super fine tip. Get some of these areas I missed. Whoa, bro. If this goes out on the right time, I will tell you that I think in my schedule I may skip like a week of upload just so I can make more content in general. This can't get to everything. And now there's a clock in the background. Perfect timing, clock. Oh, can't even see it now. There we go. I think I'm not gonna do anything more because I don't have the skills for anything more. That will look good inside of there. Also, eventually, not in this video because I'm running out of time, but in another video, I will clear coat this. So I hear there's gonna be snow before I upload, so I really won't have time for clear coating. But there we go. Interior is done. Alright, now we're going to take our silver Sharpie and color in these wheels since they've really got nothing. Oh, that came apart. All these are coming off now. Fix that with some super glue later. One. Dog in the background making noises, as usual with all the YouTubers. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix these with super glue. Where's that? Focus. There we go. Trying to fill in all these little holes, which I don't think is happening on that wheel. There we go. Just gotta re-glue all these back on, and then we can clear the body and put it all together again. Just do. Of course, the opposite ones fell off, so it's harder to show you just one side. Here we go. Much better looking. These are Matchbox wheels, but they look pretty good on here.
Now here as a final coat, I'm using this Rust-Oleum crystal clear enamel clear coat. I thought at first the paint would be fine, but I figured why not clear coat it, so that's what we're doing here.
For some reason, my clear coat reacted really weirdly to the plastic paint, and I think I'm going to repaint this, but this is probably going to be the end of this episode and part of this. I will be doing a part 2 of this where I repaint the whole thing and probably do it with an airbrush as well. So, also I have to re-glue the wheels, which will be in that second part. So, I think I'm gonna end it here. And also, there you go, in the light you can kind of see that it like bubbled up. If anyone knows what happened, hit me up. Also, as I said earlier, I was wondering if anyone wanted to do a build-off challenge thing. I could do like rally cars or whatever. It's up to you. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.